I'd like to get another Chinese scooter. MadeInChina.com. This one looks pretty cool. It's got the like laser cannons on the front of it. I've seen these same things on Maddog.
The hell is this thing?
Those things are awesome. It's only 630 bucks. What kind of deal is that? Ooh, there's a video on it. Let's see what that's all about. What the fuck?
I know now why you cry.
630 bucks. I don't know if it has any of the conforming standard stuff though. It says BWS Marshall Salona with EPA title. It's got EPA title and Bluetooth. The 630 turned into $999. Price US $188 plus additional charges. I don't know what shipping would be from China to here, but it says negotiate with supplier. Get into the $1,500 price range by the time we ship it. Who knows? So there's a whole bunch of rules when you're importing these vehicles into the U.S. You got to have the U.S. Customs Motor Vehicle Safety Declaration. You got to have an engine air pollution standard EPA form, emissions compliant test and documentation, federal certification label. And I don't know where you get this stuff. I don't know who gets it. I don't know if the Chinese people are even able to get it. They're standards of the U.S. and not China. Probably better off going with a U.S. distributor. So maybe that's what people like Ice Bear Maddog do. Maybe they get that stuff taken care of, conforming to U.S. standards for us. To federal regulations such as EPA, CPSC standard. So that's important. That makes it where we can just walk in with the manufacturer certificate of origin and get our title. Yeah, these Maddogs look the best. These bikes turn heads wherever you go. That's true. Powerful performance? That's kind of a lie. They show the hot girl riding one. Yeah, it's a lie. All I ever see is a bunch of dudes on them. I've got a Gen 5 and a Gen 4. I want to get one of these Gen 1s again. Another 50. I really like the 50. It's the fastest bike made in the world. Even if it goes 20 miles an hour, let's say 25 miles an hour, that's a half a mile an hour per cc. That would mean a 1000 sport bike would have to go 500 miles an hour to keep up. $1,750. Prices do not include destination or dealer setup fees. The Cajun Maddogs, I know for a fact his prices are the cheapest. But if I go to their website and it's only $14.75 and it says free shipping, I better call them to see what kind of hidden fees there are. That seems pretty low. Oh, where's that phone I used to call Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, all those places? Yes, operator, can you patch me through to Louisiana? If I can't understand, you can say it again? Yeah, I'm trying to get Cajun Maddogs. Cajun Maddogs. Cajun. Hey, hang on a minute. English to Cajun translate. Connect me to Cajun Maddogs. Vous connect moi, you Cajun Maddog? Okay, thank you. Hey, Alan. It's Ted. Yeah, I want to get one of these Gen 1 50s. Use something for the wife to ride. Yeah, sick of her embarrassing me on that Vespa. Yeah, I was looking at the website. It says $14.75. Just wondering what the total price is on that. You know, after the dealer fees and all that kind of shit. Oh, that is the total price. But credit card fees. I mean, what else we got here? Ship? Nope. Okay, $14.75 is the price. Dropped to my front door. Oh, okay, cool. I found bikes on Marketplace, all beat up and used for more money than you're getting for new ones. A couple of guys told me, yeah, after you pay the fees and taxes and things like that, their Marketplace beat up bike was a better deal. Oh, I don't pay taxes to you? Okay, I pay the taxes when I title the bike. Oh, I have to pay taxes on a used bike also, even if I bought it off Marketplace. So, yeah, that makes sense. So $14.75 is dropped to the door, and it comes with a manufacturer certificate of origin. Yeah, that's all I need to get my title. And the bill of sale. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, send one to Florida. So you got a big box for me? Thanks. Thank you. Bummer. No big box. It's like the box from China right there. How you doing? Good. You want the pallet or is that? No. Oh, damn it. I used to like them back when their quality was good.
I'm going to be full later on. I can't. Okie dokie. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, I'm working nights, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I fly a helicopter, so it's not really work.
You fly helicopter?
Yeah, a medical helicopter.
Oh, good for you. Wow. Busy?
Oh yeah. Busy time of the year, yep.
Unbelievable. You're going to be replaced soon.
It'll be awesome when the drones come. But I've got the age discrimination card.
Have a good one.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Have a good weekend. Be safe up there.
Thanks. You too. Be safe.
Yep.
You'll see it does not come with the bill of sale or the manufacturer certificate of origin, things like that. That's all going to come in the mailbox later in an envelope. Right now you just get the bike itself. You got it wrapped pretty well in plastic. The front tire hangs right there. All you got to do is slide that front tire and axle on to make it movable. Don't really worry about the spacers and everything yet. And hardware like the axle spacers, things like that are in here. I got a battery taped to here. So you do have to pull your cowling off to get the battery in. But you need to learn to do that anyway. All this stuff is Chinese made, so you can take your wire cutters and just cut this shit without trying to unwrap it. It'll all come right off. I've had a red one, a black one, a blue one. Never had a white one before. And that white looks way better than it does online. That's super metallic. It's like a metallic white, really pretty. So in the box we have the coveted Maddog manual. Totally useless. So when you're looking for the Maddog manual, the official manual, that's it. Give you a bunch of, I don't know, zip ties, this little toolkit. The only thing of use in here is that piece of rubber for your battery top. Got more goodies down inside here. Your kickstarter, your handlebar clamps, your spacers for your front wheel. It's all good stuff. You want to have that. I see one spacer. I think I'm supposed to have another one. Your axle is actually down here holding the bike up. So there's your axle and nut. And in this box here is your DOT approved mirrors. And we know they're DOT approved because they say DOT right there on the mirror. I hate when I get stuck dealing with the pallets. The keys are right there in the ignition, so don't bend those when you're... This cage is pretty much put together with 14mm bolts, 13mm nuts. That's probably 800 bucks of steel if you were to shop at Home Depot for it. This steel is good for welding projects. It's a nice size. Of course it comes with this awesome seat cover. It's really doubles as a hairnet. Mechanical speedometer. There's your other spacer right there. The color is beautiful. The white's my least favorite color. That's why I bought it last. But I've only seen them pictures online. But in real life, it's like pearl metallic. The first thing I want to do is get these handlebars on here. I don't really care about positioning them or getting them accurate just yet. There's a top and bottom to these. The bottom's flat. Top obviously has the recessed holes so the bolts sit down in them. Not too worried about if they're straight or not, or what angle they're at. I'll adjust all that once I'm sitting on it and the bike's on the ground. You're gonna have a little black piece of plastic inside your brakes. It keeps you from squishing your brakes and compressing these pucks. Once you pull this thing out, don't pull that brake lever anymore because you will have a hell of a time getting those apart. Pretty light in the front. Just set it off the side here. Right on the forks. It'll be fine. There it is. Now you get rid of that stand. So when you put that axle in permanent, we're not going to do it now because I'm going to pull that wheel back off for other things. But definitely put some grease on it. Those axles will freeze up when they get rain on them. So put your kickstand down. And I've got the jack already under there. That little tab that sticks down. Scratch it too bad. You just jack it up. There goes your front wheel, see? Front wheel's coming up in the air. And we'll just jack it, let it lean over a bit. Put that front wheel on. Put your little gauge pod on. And we'll tighten up this brake line. Really don't know what the hell's going on here. Ah, there's screw holes right there. They must go up in there. Yeah, that probably should have been done before I put the tire on. Put that fender on before you put your front wheel on. Lesson learned there. You got the headlight wire in the wrong place. That should be coming through this little hole right here. Before you ride your bike, air your tires up. They'll be flat. I put about 40 psi in that back one. And usually 30, 32 psi. That's your motorcycle tire pressure. Check your oil level on your dipstick here. You'll unthread it. Just stick it in without threading it in. Hold the bike level. Oil should be between the two marks. To check the rear end oil, hold the bike level. It's that one right there. This is your drain on the bottom facing down, and that's your level. Take this screw out with the bike level. Oil should dribble out. The fuel line's up to the bottom of that hole. Move all these screws to get your battery cover off. 3 on each side. Then if you turn the wheel, there's one right in there. So 4 on each side. The Gen 1 is actually the easiest battery cover to take off. Battery sits in here with the negative terminal towards the front. You gotta kind of bend these wires up here to get it in there. Green wire goes on negative. Try to avoid having the wire lay on top of a sharp edge like that. So I'll rattle it around all this. Bring it in like that. You slide those little nuts in behind the post there until you start getting a bunch of accessories stacked up. Screws are long enough to reach and thread in. So you can tighten them right up. And before we put the cowl on, make sure all our electricals work. Turn the key on. Brake light, that's DC, that works. Running light is AC on this. Headlights are AC on this, so they won't come on. The gauges are AC. The speed armor's mechanical driven, so it won't come on. Blinkers should be DC. And they are. They're working. There's front and back. And then right blinker. Rear and forward. Little lights even light up. Pull the brake in, you should get a start. All good. This little rubber strap, flat side back there, loop side up here. You're going to be able to tug on it with that. Goes in behind there like that. There you go. Turn it off, pull the key out, and put the cowl back on. And you'll see this thing just kind of spins around. It slides right off. It's just a cover. Doesn't do anything. Make sure that's straight when you put the cowl on. Put some gas in it. So you've got gas in your tank. This thing is vacuum pumped to the carburetor. So as we're sitting here, we're making no vacuum. The lines go up here. There's a vacuum pump bolted upside down under here. Goes to the carburetor. So the carburetor's empty. It's not going to start. A vacuum pump works off vacuum pressure created in the intake manifold to drive the pump. We're not making vacuum pressure, we're not pumping gas. That's why these things are so hard to start. Once the system is primed, it'll start with the fuel in the float bowl, and then once it's running, it'll create vacuum and it'll pump gas to the float bowl. Once we start it, it should make vacuum pretty quick, and vacuum pumps pump a whole lot of gas. They pump really fast. This is your float bowl drain line right here. I found the easiest way to start these things initially to get it primed and get fuel in the float bowl. To pull this off, use a syringe. The float bowl won't have the on-off screw to drain it. It'll be on here. So this is open right to the float bowl right now. So I've got what is enough gas that I think will easily fill that float bowl. If you overfill it, gas will go into the engine and everything. It'll just flood it because it's coming in. The floats can't turn this off. It's coming in from the bottom. I'm going to drain some of that in there. And there it goes. You can see it all going in there. So hold it about float bowl level. There it is, your float bowl's full. Reattach this drain thing here, put it back on the bike. Alright, this bike should start. Now these CVK carbs, they have an accelerator pump on them. So you can actually pump it and squirt gas into the venturi. And the choke is electrical, so there's no choke to put on. It's automatic. It'll still take a little bit of cranking to start. She's alive. Alright, now that it's running, got my gauge clocks lit up, got my headlights on. There's high beam or low beam. There's high beam. Pretty dim. Sounds nice and rattly. I've got my running lights on the back. Now the idle is manually adjusted. It's not automatic. You adjust the idle right back here. There's a little screw. You can turn it by hand usually. I'm turning it by hand right now to increase the idle. Once it warms up, the idle's going to increase. I let it idle. I go around and find that hellacious rattle. And I think I found it right here. Look at there. There it is. That's what's rattling. Get rid of that. Voila, no more rattling. Give it some gas, you see the gauges. This thing's a hot rod. Now it warmed up. You can turn that idle back down. It probably won't idle that low on the next startup when it's cold. This thing's just brand new. So there you have it. Here's your Maddog. Smoking exhaust and everything. Pretty damn cool. So I'm going to do some crazy things with this Maddog. This is a 50cc, requires no motorcycle endorsement on your driving license here in Florida. I get done with it, it will 100% run right along with these 150s. So today I get in the mail this manufacturer certificate of origin. It's actually 2 Cajun Maddogs. And they sell it to me with this bill of sale right here. They hooked me up with one of those Cajun Justice, like the actual bike was only $900. So when I go to pay tax on this scooter, it's only gonna be $900. That's a good deal. When you see these liars selling their bike and they don't have a manufacturer certificate of origin, they don't have a title, they don't have anything, it's not registered, it's not plated, don't buy it. Don't buy that bike. They'll all say comes with bill of sale. A bill of sale does you no good. The assumption at the DMV or tag office is that the bike is stolen. So the process is in place to keep people from buying stolen bikes and tagging them in their name. So if you don't have a manufacturer certificate of origin or a title, you are not going to get that bike tagged. Bill of sale is pointless. Now I have a bill of sale here from Cajun Maddogs, obviously, because they're selling it with a certificate of origin. So if you go to buy like a bike and you have the original manufacturer certificate of origin be in someone else's name because that other person's got it and you're buying it used, you need to have that, and whoever's name is on that MCO has to be the one to sign the bill of sale over to you. I head to the tag office. There's an unusually long line of traffic, way bigger than I've ever seen. I only have to assume they're all going to the tag office and they'll all be in front of me. Normally I'd ride the Maddog here with my bill of sale and my certificate of origin. If you get stopped by the cops, you just tell them you're going to get it titled and get it registered. You need to have it inspected. Most states require an inspection for the vehicle if it's from out of state or if it's a first time registration and title, because all the states have different rules on what's required, whether it be a front fender, a mirror, a horn, things like that. So now for this soul-crushing experience of hours of my life I'll never get back. Park your bike in the vehicle ID verification and inspection spot. They have to verify the VIN number usually to make sure it matches up with the title, but this is a small town. These people know me. They may not require it. My Mad Dog's taken apart right now. I'm getting stuff powder coated. We'll see if I can pull this off. So Monday through Friday, 8 a.m., but Wednesday, 8:30? That didn't make any sense. They need a better technical writer. Fuck that. Come back later.